In your backyard, I know this has been kind of firing you up. What's going on with the Eagles and just their unwillingness to kick field goals, and then later in the game on Sunday, they kick a 60-yarder. Things, even with the win, things for Sirianni seem to kind of be heating up. But what's just your overall thought of the Eagles going forward? And do you think Sirianni legitimately is on the hot seat?
I think, to me, decision-making is a problem. Look, let's face it. To me, I'm not against analytics. I am about applied analytics based on the game. And if you watched that game last week, it was going to be a field goal game. So when you turn down field goals in a field goal game, you cost yourself points. I mean, the Green Bay Packers offense this year, as you know, Ty, has been dynamic. They lead the league in field goals. They average 3.7 field goals a game. Like, you've got to be able to take the points when they offer them to you, or it just moves momentum into your favor. I'm not saying you shouldn't go for it at certain times, but to me, he's made some really curious decisions that I think has really impacted their team. And a game like that, like the Atlanta game, if he kicks the field goal or runs the ball, they win. This week, he got away with it. They scored 14 points in the fourth quarter. They were able to make that play on 3rd and 16 to Goddard that won the game for him. But I think that's the heat, and he's always going to be under heat. As long as great coaches are out there, whether it's Vrabel or Belichick, the people in Philadelphia, they want to win a Super Bowl. They think it's Super Bowl or bust for Sirianni.
Yeah, and we did the hashtag I don't want to overreact, but and boy, Eagles come fresh out of a win. Normally, overreaction Monday tweets after a win, very positive normally from fan bases. We're going to win a Super Bowl, people normally say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we figured it out. This one was like, Sirianni gets the hell out of town.
Yeah.
I am sick of this guy. That was a lot of Philadelphia Eagles fans. So obviously they got their work cut out for them. Hopefully they'll be able to do that. Let's stick with that game, though. Coach Pagano has a question for you, Paisan.
Yeah, so huge win at the Saints. We both were talking about that defense going into that game. What did you see from Vic going down there? It looked like a totally different defense. When I watched the tape, I saw some 5-man fronts. I saw him go to the 6-1 look, Lombo, give him some different deals. They got edges on everybody. They didn't give that offensive line any angles to block. What'd you see? Looked like Carter. He got to Carter. It looks like he was unblockable in that game. And then they got Tampa this week. Do you think they've turned the corner with Vic and that defense? And what do you see it doing moving forward?
Well, that game plan specific worked. I mean, they took the Belichick game plan from the Rams Super Bowl where they lined up in that 6-1 and they had edges, hard edges on both sides. And Carter played like we all know he's capable of playing. He took over the game. And credit Vic. I mean, Vic just didn't sit there with small edges and let Clint Kubiak run outside. And then I think the biggest part of the game, Chuck, was the fact that Carter got inside pressure. He got in the paint on Derek Carr, and he disrupted Carr from the very first snap. And that made Carr uncomfortable in the pocket. And that's when Carr all of a sudden wasn't the same quarterback we saw in the first 2 weeks. This week going to Tampa has struggled to run the football. They're 32nd in the league in rushing the last 2 years and haven't improved their run game at all. And so Baker Mayfield's going to have to make plays on the outside. But this Eagle team's got a lot of injuries. Becton missed the game, missed practice yesterday. Lane Johnson's got in concussion protocol. Devontae Smith, we're not sure if he's going to play concussion protocol. They're really hurting offensively. So this is a moment, and I think Tampa really got caught off guard last week. They were, they got out of Detroit with a win they probably shouldn't have had, and then Denver went in there and put it to them. So Todd Bowles will have that team ready to go. He usually does. This will be a fun game to watch. The line hasn't moved very much at all. It's been steady 2 points the whole week.
The NFC South, all of a sudden.
Yeah, legit.
Not too shabby.
Yeah.
Not too shabby. AFC South, too, look out.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
AFC South, look out.